Yumis! Welcome to our next reading. So guys, this is a reading. What did you miss in this connection? What did you miss when they were ghosting you or leaving you, or they did not respond to your texts anymore? What did you miss about it? What did they not tell you? Okay, this is what we're going to talk about today. We have 4 piles. Pile 1 is the tree. Those are beautiful. Pile distinguisher, the book. Pile 2. The tower, pile 3. And the mountain, pile 4. Okay, so choose your pile. Like, what did you miss in this connection? So I see you at your pile. If you're here for the first time, please sign up to our beautiful channel. I see you. Bye. Hello, my pile 1. So you chose the tree. So this is a long-term connection, or this was a long-term relationship before you guys went into a separation. So we're talking here about, let's put this here, we're talking here about some long-term. This is not something where you were in this connection for a very short time. This is something where this was a long-term relationship. This was a long-term connection, but you are, at the moment, you are not in contact anymore. So what did you miss? We have oracle cards. I also want to put down your story with the story cards. Please know that this is very specific. It could resonate. Sometimes only parts of the reading resonate. Please know, guys, this is a general reading. So let's see your story first. Okay, already 2 cards come out. We want to get 2 more. It looks like third party. Yeah, so let's get 2 more cards. So those are the clear story cards. We have a female rival, so a third party definitely was going on here. We have a queen. Yeah, I think that's you putting yourself the crown on, even though everything would happen to you. We have the burden, yeah. And we have the childhood. Abandonment wounds, right? I feel here that you held on to this connection too long because of childhood wounds that you know of. You definitely put yourself the crown on, or you are out of most of the, like you overcome or you overcame already most of this, like what damage this connection brought to you. Okay, so we're talking here about a connection. It could even be that this is not referring to a long-term connection. It could also be that this is referring to a connection that has been over for some years now or some time now. I don't think we're talking about something that just happened recently. Okay, this is something that is in the past. This was a long-term connection. This could be that we're talking about some kind of ex. I never know what comes through, guys. You know, I never know what spirit gives me. But important is here that this healed some childhood issue that you were carrying around, and this connection and this separation healed it. So now I feel that you are the queen again. You overcame most of the burden. So I don't think there is a lot of heartache left, but there was a third party. That's what I definitely see. So let's look into what did you not see about, what did they never tell you, or what is important for you to know. And the first off is the authenticity, the wolf. And we see here how she is standing there and she is saying, I'm the queen, you know. We see that also here with the queen. I feel here what comes through is that in this connection with having the wolf here, you felt like you were alone. With the lone wolf, you had constantly to battle your own inner wolf. Yeah, your own howling, your own wishes. I do feel that you were authentic and you confronted also this ego I fear here of your person. I do think we're talking about a situation here where you were confronted with this person's ego a lot. Yeah, that's why the wolf is here. I also do feel that you were authentic, you were standing up for yourself, you were always telling how the things are in this relationship, in this connection. Please take it as it resonates. But I feel here that you battled a lot with this person's ego. Yeah, I want to look into the wolf a little bit more. Some seconds, please. So what I also think is interesting is the story that is, there's a Nordic story behind this wolf picture here. And this is about, a saga where a Norse goddess married a sea god. And because they could not really live within each other's territories, they shared, or they saw each other only when they were desiring each other. And I feel here, this is the thing that happened here with you, is that you were basically, what you were not seeing is that you tried to make it work in that connection, but what you were not seeing is that you guys were not really fitting. You're not suiting each other very much. Yeah, so you lived through a lot of confrontations because of each other's different outlooks on life, different values, different habits, different things that you need. Yeah. So, and because of the childhood wounds that you had, maybe because of abandonment issues, you tried to make it work and you didn't leave for a long time. You were the one that was always trying to compensate. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of miscommunication happened. Yeah. Different, you guys definitely are or were on different sides of the table. It feels almost as if for a long time you tried to make it work. Maybe even you tried to live in separate apartments or in separate flats, or in different countries, and you only saw each other when you were desiring each other, but it didn't really work out. Yeah, it didn't really work out. What you were not seeing was your person comes through as a wolf. And the wolves are powerful animals. But a lot of times we don't see things, because if we imagine a wolf, we always see a domesticated dog, right? We always see, oh, the wolf might be like a little bit bigger, but they are actually really big. If you have seen one in the zoo, they're actually really big, and they come in packs. But I do feel here what you were not seeing is a wolf needs to be on his or her own. I feel what happened here, it was not the time for you both. I do sense here that, and you guys were too different. You might know about this, but what you did not see was that your person was a wolf all along. So I see wolf come in a pack, but still they're doing their own thing. So for your person to adapt to your lifestyle, it was almost impossible. And you saw that at the end, when there could have been a situation with a third party involved or not, it doesn't matter. But what matters is it was not really for the both of you. Yeah, and I do think that this connection is over for some time now. Yeah. What were the signs? What were the signs that Spirit put in your path now to see? Is that, you know, Spirit puts in a lot of obstacles, especially when you have a soul connection. I do think that this was some kind of karmic connection that you've been through here. The signs were that, you know, Spirit puts in these mountains, these obstacles, these different roads in order to see if you guys can work together, if you can work it out for some kind of reason, or if you adapt and it doesn't really change anything in the relationship, and you know, you either have your own lives but then you come together as a couple. And I feel you know, there are couples living like that, but I do feel that for you this was not what you wanted. So what were the signs where you could have seen that? Was that, you know, during your relationship there were a lot of obstacles coming your way. They could have, you know, showed up in any kind of different manners. You know, it could be that you were offered a job in another country, or, you know, you were suddenly there was a situation where you had to travel to see each other. So Spirit wants to see that you guys overcome these connections, yeah, or these obstacles. Sorry, not connection, these obstacles. And what happened here is that you guys were not really, it was like obstacle after obstacle was coming, but nothing, you really worked it out together. It was almost like as if every obstacle that was coming in was almost like an addition to more separation, in addition to more quarrel, in addition to more miscommunication. So the more time you spend together, the more obstacles Spirit sent you, but the more these obstacles parted you. You see that as well here, right? Let's see, what did you not see in this connection? I want to get tarot now. What did you not see in this connection? Let's put this a little bit to the side, your story. What did you not see? Page of Athemas. You were the only one fighting for this connection. It almost seems like as if you were authentic. You were always there. You were always telling your truth. But it seems like as, you know, a lot of times your person told you that, you know, you're too authentic, or it's not really helping. So they felt very intimidated by the things that you said. What were you not seeing? The standing stone. Yeah, you were the only one keeping that connection alive, guys. That's why the universe said you're a queen, you know, you managed to overcome this. But it was more of a burden for you because you really tried to confront your person, you really tried to make it work. I feel that your person, they were avoiding communication especially. And, you know, that's when it fell apart. So what you were not seeing was that they were a wolf all along. Wolves are not really, like they're coming in packs, like in they have a group they are with, but they're not really in a two, like, you know, like in relationships. So what you were not seeing was that maybe that person didn't or wasn't even looking for commitment. Yeah, because I feel you were the only one that was trying to make it work, trying to always forgive, trying to overcome these obstacles. But what you were not seeing, that was your person was not in from the beginning with this wolf energy. I don't, because you see the confrontation happening already at the beginning. So I do sense that if it wasn't for your fighting, for your constant overcoming and trying to knit the bond between the two of you, your relationship would have been over much sooner than it happened. But the good thing is, guys, you overcame that. Yeah, You overcame all that, and I want to give you a blessing from Spirit. Let me see what cards I can use. So let's see what you learned from that, or what was the thing that this relationship helped you with, because we all know that each relationship helps us in some kind of way. What was the reason you guys came together? Like, what was the reason? Happiness, okay. The reason was to find your own happiness, and to also find out what makes you happy and what not in these relationships. I fear this was a relationships where you were totally unhappy and you were doing everything on your own. And I feel here this really opened your eyes, what you deserve, what you need in a relationship, and also you overcame most of this on your own. So see what a queen you are. And I feel that's what showed you a lot on how to make yourself happy, yeah, without such a relationship. So that's all what I'm having, guys. I hope you like it. Pile 1, take care, and I see you again, Yumees. Bye. Hello, Yumees. Pile 2, you chose the book. So why the book? Let's see. We're gonna look at these later on. Let's put them to the side. The book talks all about a secret. So I do think this was a secret relationship, a secret connection, a secret that you guys were keeping, an affair maybe, something that you kept quiet about, you and your person, okay? So let's see what this was. Oh, okay. That was fast. I want to get 4 cards. How much do I have? 2. These are the Clear Story cards by Nadine Breitenstein. What was your story? Okay, I got. So we have the magnetic attraction, yeah, that you felt the sex appeal, drawn to that person. We have the follow your heart. No, that's like a crush. That's like a, yeah. I mean, you were falling in love. You were very drawn to this person. We have the hopelessness, okay, and to be active. Yeah, I feel here this is a crush or something secret. I feel that you became active. Either you did something or you ran away. This could also mean that after some time you gave up, that you were the one that gave up on this connection because nothing was happening. I do sense a strong soul connection. So it could be that you never met, but you went the other way. Yeah, I definitely do think so. That this is a soul connection where you guys kept a secret, like no one knows. Maybe your friends even didn't know. And, you know, at the end you were kind of walking away because you were saying, well, we never get together, this will never work out, so I somehow have to walk away. Okay, so this is something secret that maybe only you knew, or your close friends, family knew, but not many people know of this. Okay, so let's see, what did you not see in this connection? First off, we're getting the cards. We have the companionship, the dog. And yes, twin flame connection. I do have it right in the sense that, yeah, also the colors match. Look at this, the mermaid tears. This card matches totally up my beautiful potion here that I got for this channel. So what does it mean? It means that, you know, the dog always symbolizes on my channel the companion, the twin flame that walks with you, but you guys being unable to meet, to come together, because maybe your person is unreachable, far away. There's a lot of hopelessness here, yeah. So it's kind of like you always walk in the shadow. You always walk with their shadow. The dog symbolizes loyalty. The dog symbolizes like a companionship where your twin flame always is with you, but you know, you had hope that you guys have something more in common, or you guys will meet and have some kind of love affair. That never happened. So I feel at some kind, or at some point in time, you just walked away. So what did you not see? We have separation. Yeah. You definitely walked away, guys. This could even be that what you were not seeing is that your person did not even see you as such, or they don't even know. Yeah, because you were in the shadow here. And I feel at some point you walked away from this always being in the shadow. You're saying, well, you know, I gotta get active. I gotta get out of this, because if the pages are never written, if this is a book that is never been written, why should I waste my time, right? I think that's the story here, pile 2. I think that's the story. It's like you were waiting on their social media, you were looking them up, you felt this strong soul connection. And people always laugh at me because some people do not understand that you can have a crush on someone. This doesn't even have to be a celebrity. You can have a crush on someone, but you never told them maybe. Or maybe you told them and they said no. Or, you know, maybe you watched them and you saw them with someone else. So I want to read about the dog though. Let's read about the dog. What did you not see in this connection? The interesting thing is that the dog is domesticated already. So it's basically a wolf, but there's no comparison really between a wolf and a loyal dog, right? So dogs assist us. They're part of the family as friendly companion, but we also use them for protection, as assistants or service dogs, right? To guide us if we're blind. So if you are feeling lonely or you wish to attract good friends, you can call upon dog energy. Yeah, like a companion, you know, that's what we also talk about. But what did you not see in this whole connection? Let's use my tarot cards before we talk about the signs. What did you not see in this connection? So first card coming out is the 5 of Adamas. Well, the 5 of Adamas talks about the pain that you experience, the betrayal a lot of times. So I definitely do think that you walked away after you saw something online, or maybe you were not hoping anymore. There was a situation where your hope was lost. Yeah, I do sense that. What you were not seeing is that, you know, these connections are not for nothing. Like if you have a soul connection, the dog also accompanies you because sometimes your person is not ready. You know, sometimes what you're not seeing is that they have people in their surroundings that are advising them to not go for such soul connections, or advising them to do certain things. You know, maybe what you saw online didn't even have the meaning that you put on there. So what you were not seeing is that everything about such a connection is speculation. Everything about this is being programmed, being made. A lot of the stuff we see online is stuff that is marketing. And so, what you're not seeing, Three of Cups, is also the community. What you're not seeing is that a lot of times these relationships do not function because you are part of a community, or there are a lot of people around you, or the both of you, so that you cannot really keep it a secret. Yeah, and sometimes it's too dangerous to openly live such connections. Yeah, so a lot of times these connections have no future, or they cannot be brought by spirit into reality just because of the community and of the people around them, because it would not work out. Yeah, so at some point in time you walked away from this. So this is in the past, this is over. But what you were not seeing is the butterfly, the metamorphosis. Yeah, this really changed you. I feel this connection really changed you. It gave you wings. It changed you in the sense of that you value yourself more, because you walked away. Yeah, you ran away. You walked the other way and said, okay, it's nice that I have such a connection, but if nothing really happens, I'm going to walk the other way, right? So you walked away some time from this connection because you were hoping for something that this person could not bring into reality, either because they don't know of you, because you were in the shadows, they don't know of this connection, or they were not interested because of everything, of the whole story around it. So they could not open this book, but not because maybe they don't like you, but because of everything. Ooh, see, the mushroom that talks about obstacles. Yeah, a lot of times the mushroom talks about obstacles. So there were definitely obstacles in between the two of you, where spirit was not being able to manifest this. Yeah, what you're also not seeing is with the butterfly that this whole connection needs a metamorphosis. In order to bring this into light, it can still happen. Yeah, you never had a relationship with this person. You never had something with that person. Could even be that you never talked to this person. So this is just a soul connection to a crush. But because of outer circumstances, you were not seeing that it was just because of outer circumstances this relationship could not come into reality. So spirit is saying, it's what you're not seeing is that this connection is still available for you. Yeah, and I think that after some time now, you moved on. I definitely see this. You're happy now. You're fine. Yeah, you're okay with that. But what you're not seeing is that this connection is still available because the time spent when you were not investing into this connection, it metamorphed. So it is still available. So let's see what spirit is saying. What kind of, why was that connection in your life? What did it bring you? Let's get one card, the first one. And we have here career. Yeah. So it did help. It did help to help you with your career, or to help your person. If you are in a soul connection, it kind of, you guys finding each other. If two soul parts find each other, no matter if you're crushing on them or not, if two soul parts find each other, it's always catapulting. The career of both ends, of both sides, are always catapulting. So you have got a lot of inspiration from that person, and they got a lot of inspiration. It could also be that you had a career change in between, or that you found another career while you were in this connection, and this crush that you had on this person kind of led you, yeah, like a dog was leading you in kind of a different direction. So whatever this was, it brought you a different career, it brought you a career change, it brought you a better career. So whatever this was, what you're not seeing, it's still available. You can still start it. It's not over, because this was just a soul thing. So soul bonds are not over. They're never over. So you can always go back to the beginning and start again with this person if you want. That's what you might not even see. Yeah. But what I do see is that you moved on. I don't know if you want to go back. Yeah. So that's all what I'm having, part 2. I hope you like this reading, and YOUMEES, I see you again. Take care. Bye. Hello, part 3. Welcome to your reading, YOUMEES, part 3. So you chose the Tower. So what is it about the Tower? I feel this is a connection that recently went down. This hasn't been for a long time that you are in separation, and I feel here that you are towering yourself up. That means that you are hiding yourself, or you know, you blocked this person, or you try not to see them or look at their social media. You try to hide, or not hide, but you try to distance yourself from their energy. Let's say it like this, okay? This is how it looks like. So there was a recent breakup. Definitely a breakup, or it could have been in a connection. We're gonna look at what this is by looking at your story. Please know that these story cards are very like detailed, so it could be that it's not resonating, or only parts of the readings resonate. Please know that. Okay, so let's see. Oh gosh, too many cards, but let's see, maybe it makes sense. So we have being single and you're not liking it. We have the divorce or separation. Yeah, this is definitely what happened, and this happened recently. That's why you are frustrated still. Yeah, we have retreat. This is all the same. You retreat in your Tower. This is exactly what happens. Yeah, this is exactly what I saw before. And then we have the speeding up, the within 6 months, the obscureness, not being clear, and the standing together. Yeah, okay. So you broke up because you were not sure, or there was an issue with, you were not sure if this person was standing up for you, or you were not sure if they reciprocate your love, or if, yeah, there was something here where you were not sure about their love. Let's say it like this. And it could have been that they ghosted you because of this obscureness here. They ghosted you, or they broke up all of a sudden. They retreated. Maybe you guys didn't even talk that it's over. Maybe it just happens that they didn't stand up for you, and that they were running away. I feel this breakup could have been 6 months ago, half a year ago, okay? And you didn't know what was going on. Maybe it just fell apart and you guys never had a talk about this. You guys never talked about why or what happened, so you have no idea. It's kind of like as if you were thinking, well, my person's not standing up for me, they don't even like me, they are not reciprocating my love, so I'm just leaving, or they were just leaving. Yeah, but I don't think that there was like a real talk here about breaking up. There was like a ghosting, or you guys just went separate ways, but there was never a talk here. I do think so. So what are you not seeing? We have the owl, the wisdom, number 4. Let me read this owl. There's something here about this connection being so rare that nobody really knew how to guide, how to be guided in this connection with the wisdom. It's kind of as if it was your first time and their first time. I don't know if this was your first relationship or the first time you've ever been in such a connection. It could have been just a connection that is so rare, like this Rapunzel tower. We all know Rapunzel is a fairy tale. So it could have been that this connection was so rare that both of you didn't know how to react, didn't know how to guide this connection, didn't even know what was going on, because it was such a unique scenario that you never had something like this before, and they never had something like this before, and that's why it just fell apart. Yeah. So what is this all about? The owls are birds of the night. Maybe you really didn't know much of each other, guys. I feel here that there was missing. What you are not seeing is that this connection couldn't last because you were not knowing much of each other, or you were missing parts of each other, or there couldn't be a real communication with the owl. It's kind of like one of you wanted to find out stuff and the other one was just not interested, or it was too much. Yeah, there was silence. I feel here there was a lot of miscommunication. Communication was missing. Yeah, I do sense that with the owl. It's kind of like you guys couldn't really explore each other. You guys, there was no real connection. It feels as if you guys could only see each other at night, or you only had there are different time zones, so you could only meet at certain time zones, or you could only see each other. Codependency, yeah, with a chain. It was kind of like you were always dependent on each other. Like there was no real communication, I feel here. Maybe at some point you were just assuming. I do sense that here, pile 3. I do sense that at some point in time in this connection, you were just assuming the good and the bad. So because there was no time for communication, or there was miscommunication, or there was this, I do everything what my person is doing and they do everything what I'm doing. So it's kind of like you went everywhere together, or you were not seen at all. It's kind of like there was no common ground. It could also be that the owl, there was a time difference where you guys had time difference and you guys had long distance connection, long distance relationship, where you did not share the real life together. I feel here it's almost as if there were missing parts of each other. Maybe it was an affair. Maybe it's something where you were like in the tower and your person just visited you whenever they had time. This could also come across as if you were kind of dependent on when they came to you, and when they didn't come, you were not seeing each other. It's kind of giving this vibe with the tower as well. It's kind of like as if there was some kind of like you were codependent on their actions, or they were codependent on yours. Yeah, I do sense that. Because of all these difference, it feels as if you were kind of, you could only meet each other when one of you was coming to the tower. It's kind of like your meeting place. Maybe, you were at the tower at different times, and so you miscommunicated, or you didn't understand certain things. But it almost feels as if you had very little time together. It could have been that they are married and they shared time with someone else and you were just the affair or the side piece, or I don't know. Yeah, this could be different in every of your connection. But I do sense it happened recently. Yeah, that's what this obscureness means, yeah? There was like, you didn't know, they didn't know what was going on. And so one of you walked away because there was no sense in being this codependent. What are you not seeing, or what were you not seeing? Let's ask Tarot. What were you not seeing in this connection? The Six of Wands. Yeah, this person was in some kind of spotlight, like people were watching them. It could have even been that they were married and they were watched, and you were really like someone they could, or they didn't show to people. Nine of Adamas. Yeah, and again, yeah, look at this. This is like waiting and being sad that you cannot be together. I feel that you guys did not even share time. It's almost like as if this was just an online thing, or it was just, you were just finding time together when they had time. It could also be like a friendship, like a friends with benefits, that they really were in a relationship with someone else. You might have known, or you not known. But it kind of broke your heart because you did not know what was going on, like why you did not share enough time, or why you didn't talk that much. I feel that what you didn't know in this connection, that they had someone else. Maybe they were even married, or that they were watched. Please take it as it resonates. Let me see the signs. The Crown, personal power. It could have been that you went, that you tried to make dates, but that they left you hanging every time. That these were the signs that should have shown you that this person was not really committed to these connections. Because I feel here that you made time for your person, but you know, this is like an empty painting here. It's almost as if you couldn't really make memories together, like you don't have a picture together, or you could not make memories together because you showed up at this tower at different times. I feel here as if you were like, there was something missing here. This could have been like an online thing, or where you were writing with each other and you were assuming that they are interested, but they are, or they were in a relationship, and I feel that you didn't know. Or they were watched and they couldn't really show you. I don't know, maybe because they are in the spotlight, maybe because they couldn't show themselves with you. I don't know for what reason, but that's what you didn't see. Yeah, that's what you didn't see, pile 3. So, and that's why, you know, there was so much not knowing, so much wisdom that you were missing out in this connection. You were not knowing a lot of stuff about each other, and that's why it didn't work. Yeah, that's why it didn't work. So what did you learn from this connection, pile 3? Let's see what Spirit is saying. What did you learn from this connection? What was the reason this connection was in your life? Love, wow. To see how much you can love someone. And to feel love. That love comes in different forms, yeah? And even though you guys were like not really sharing much time with each other, or you just were showing up in different times, or there was so much difference in between the two of you, you really saw that love comes in different forms, and you really feel, or you felt that you can love someone despite all of this, right? So love is the big, whatever this means for you, yeah? Beautiful though. So that was a very important connection for the both of you. Both of you learned what love is, yeah? It came with a hard lesson. I feel that one of you walked away, or, you know, the two of you walked away. Yeah. but you were not seeing that there was someone else, or that they didn't want to communicate. Like you could have seen when they canceled dates, or when there weren't any pictures coming. Maybe they didn't even send you pictures anymore. I don't know. It didn't give you updates, you know. Yeah. Very sad, actually. But that's how it is, right? Pile 3. So, yeah, Yumis, that's what I'm having. I hope this reading resonates, and I see you again in the next reading. Bye. Hello, my pile 4. You chose the Mountain. Beautiful card. So, what does it mean with the Mountain? There is a big obstacle where you cannot reach out to your person. I don't know what that big obstacle is, but with the Mountain, there's definitely one big obstacle. And the Mountain looks like as if you are coming from different cultures, different country, different cultures. And it might be that you can hardly communicate with each other because of that. You cannot see each other because of that. You cannot be with each other. Long distance connection, something like that is coming through, okay? So let's see. Let's see your story. I'm just getting 4 cards because last time I took like so many cards and it was very precise. So I do think I just want to have 4 cards here. Yeah, okay. So we have old wounds. We have good vibrations, being on one vibe, like vibing together. Receiving a message. And karma. Yeah, what about this? You are in this position now. I think this is a connection where you feel this is like karma, that you always meet these people that live far away. You always, it's like old wounds, you know. I feel that this is not the first time that this happened. It's kind of a repeating cycle here, what we have. It's kind of like a person that you met and you said, oh my gosh, not the same thing again. So it's kind of like a cycle that you're going through, and you feel it's kind of karma that it never works out, because it's always the same people, you're vibing, you're receiving message, and then you're not receiving message anymore, and then you're saying, so guys, let's see, what are you not seeing? So I feel there's like a blockage here that has something to do with with these old wounds. Yeah, that you're thinking, oh, I'm always getting in these toxic connections. I'm always finding those people who are not reciprocating, who are not messaging me back. So I do think there is like a beginning of a connection that fell apart. So I don't even think this is a relationship. I feel this is like in the beginning stages of a connection, that you were dating, or this was just going on for some time, and they were ghosting you, or they were not messaging you back, and then you think, well, you know, this is just like it always is, and you fall back into these old wounds. So what are you not seeing? So we have the goat, reliability. I feel, you see, when we look at these things, or when we in generally look at things, we always look from our point of view, right? We always look from what we have experienced. And I do feel that you're the GOAT when it comes to relationships. You have been in long-term relationships before. So you are someone that knows how relationships work. You know how, you're basically a reliable person. You strive for commitment. You look for something more, for something deeper. But, you're forgetting that you're dating, or in the nowadays time where commitment is not seen anymore as it was, or as it used to be. So you're basically clashing, like we can see that here as well with these cards. You're basically clashing with these big expectations that you have on these relationships, that nowadays You know, relationships function different. They begin differently as well. So this is what happens. What you're not seeing is that basically you're living in these expectations from how it used to be. And nowadays, I also read this, that it's almost normal that people just ghosting and people just not texting back. And that's just a normal occurring thing. It's nothing that is like putting the blame on you, but you are doing that. Yeah, you are doing that. So what happened here is just that what you're not seeing is nothing really happened. Basically, it's your old wounds that, you know, because you experienced this before, but, you know, you experienced this in a time where dating was still taken seriously, not like nowadays. So comparing it to the new generation is almost impossible. So what you're not seeing is almost that you have to apply your expectations to the nowadays scenarios or to the new generations. Yeah, it basically what you're not seeing is that this person, they're probably ghosting everyone, or they're probably ghosting a lot of people. It's just like, you know, it's not meaning that you're not vibing anymore or that, you know, it happens. What I'm seeing is that you basically interpret more into it than it actually is. You know what I mean? So basically, you walk through the mountain, you choose to walk through the mountain instead of going around it. Yeah? So you're making it harder for yourself, as it would be. Let's see. We have selfhood. Yeah, this is about a connection that just was established, and it looks very positive. Like all the colors here look very positive. The thing what you're not seeing before is that your own expectations are in the way, and you're basically the goat. And maybe if you're talking to people with age gap, they're not really understanding that. Yeah, and for them, ghosting and then texting back is like a normal thing. So what you're not seeing is the different times that this connection has. So there's something here about a gap. I definitely see that. Could be an age gap between you and your person, where you're basically from a different generation than they are. Yeah. And so it could be that you interpret the signs like very negatively because of your old wounds as well. But this person that you're dating, they're not even meaning it in this way. They're not even seeing it in this way. Yeah, I definitely do think so. That you're seeing it way more serious than the whole thing is. Not the relationship or not the connection where something could be born out of it. I mean, some beautiful relationship can form out of it. But look at this. Just the Six of Cups came out. Yeah? There has to be a bridge between the generations here, and also between your thinking and what is dating nowadays. So give that relationship a chance. Give that connection a chance. Text them back. Give them a message, because I think this is something here. Yeah, Four of Adamus, they're waiting on that. You see, this is just the style of this person. I also feel, you know, they're just laid back and relaxed. They probably have something else to do, and maybe they're not even thinking. There's nothing about you, they don't like you, or they do this on purpose. It's just this person, they're laid back. They have a laid back personality. So you're not seeing that. You're thinking, oh my gosh, this person doesn't like me. They don't want to be with me. They ghosted me. They didn't write me back. Because you have experienced this in earlier in previous relationships. And, you know, you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, this is my karma. And it goes round and round and round. I always meet the same people. But what you forget is this is gone. These old wounds, you know, start anew. See how beautiful the colors are. This is a very beautiful connection. What are the signs? Yes, rainbow, hope. Look at this. You probably have seen a lot of colorful rainbows. You could have seen pictures, rainbows, colorful letters, you know, what else is there? Colors. If you recently see colors, don't lose hope. Yeah, or if you want to go to a fridge and get the soda pop, you know, this is what it's referring to, you know. AI is also a new technology and it's promising. There's a lot of hope in it. And a lot of people are damning it because of their old wounds, you know, because of what they experienced or what, you know, yeah, because of their experienced negativity that happened with technology. Maybe they're, you know, they're seeing also no hope in that. And that's what I mean here. This is very clear. This is a recently new connection that you're having. This person is from a younger generation than you are. They are definitely dating in a different way. They're relaxed. This person is interested in you. They want to have a date with you, but they're relaxed. They're like taking the whole thing slowly. And like, don't make of it more than it is. Yeah, this is what you're not seeing here in this connection. It's like you put the mountain in front of you when there is no mountain. Yeah, so just, you know, this could be a wonderful connection. The Six of Chalice is soulmate. Yeah, twin flame. This could be someone that you have been together in a previous life. So don't mess that up, pile 4. Don't mess that up. There's definitely an age gap. I do see that as well. Try to text them. Try to get back to them. I do see a wonderful future here, okay? So let's see what else the universe says to this connection. What does the universe say to this connection? Okay. Yeah, inspiration. Yeah. There is a lot of burning inside for this person. There could be there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of fire. That's definitely twin flame. I do think that. We have the flame here. This person is definitely connected on a soul level to you. So don't let that slip. That's one of the most beautiful connections. Get back to that person or wait on them. Don't doom them just because they're taking it slow. Yeah? Pile 4. So that's all what I'm having. Take care. See you again. Bye.